Hello, potassium people. Welcome back to another Banana Bites where I'm eating this banana and asking Valve to please add the strange second banana to Team Fortress 2. Now, I know I've been silent for a while. In fact, this isn't even the first time I've decided to go silent while just eating the banana, but I think it's time to talk again. And specifically, I wanted to do it this time because I wanted to think about silence, the perception of being silent. The idea that when it comes to our lives, what we experience, what we sense around us, silence, in a way, is louder and more effective than every other type of sense that there is. The absence of something, specifically. And admittedly, I didn't go about it in the best way. Admittedly, this experiment was somewhat flawed because I just want to see what would happen to me if I was quiet. And I've come to better understand that being silent and its synonym in a way, the absence of something, is so integral to being able to think, being able to understand, but it's also difficult to judge. See, if someone is silent in a classroom, for instance, they don't really talk in class, they don't give answers or anything, it's hard to tell just from looking at them how well they're doing in school or how wise someone is. I think about those experiences where there's some sage at the top of a mountain, he's vowed to be silent unless there's a visitor, he's just constantly in a zen state, constantly meditating. When does one, in that sort of scenario, when are they assumed to be wise? Is it because they only talk when there are those around, so they think for days, months, years, without having to say anything? Just being able to focus on what comes next, or maybe nothing at all. It's frightening to me, in a way. And it's difficult to really put into words how silence has changed my perception on if it's worth speaking or not. In a way, because I've been silent for so long, people haven't really been able to judge me in the current sense. They just see me eat the banana, and I guess, in a way, actions speak louder than words, and so people see me eat the banana, that's all they really think. Is that better? Is that worse? Some people wanted me to talk again. And we'll get there. We'll get to that point. But what if I just never talked from the beginning? What if the silence that followed was absolute? It was permanent. It was something that permeated the entire existence I have, to be known as silent, to only speak through the consumption of the banana. Again, there's no right answer, there's no definitive end goal with this discussion. But silence is necessary. And at the end of the day, silence adds emphasis to the words that are spoken and to the actions that are committed to. With all that being said, Valve has been silent for a long time. At least on things related to Team Fortress 2. Sure, there have been little tidbits, little pieces here and there. The MVM update blog post. The idea of a heavy update. Lots of silence, though, between those. Very little action taken between those. And I guess what comes before silence, and what comes after silence determines whether the silence is effective or not. If someone says something really stupid, like my entire speech right now, and then goes silent, nobody else says anything, nobody else responds, then that silence isn't a moment of genius sparkling on the minds of those around that heard it. It's just a moment of dumbfounded and admittedly very stupid speech. Just a moment, I suppose, of contemplation, but one that doesn't necessarily help the person who said it. It lets people cement ideas in their mind of that person and sets them to be someone who, it's better to not say anything at that point. From then on, they just shouldn't say anything because, hey, they were stupid at one point and then they followed up with nothing. So that's what's left over. So silence is hard to judge unless there is some context before or after it. Well, anyways, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to eat the banana. And with that, hopefully, I'll be able to say more. Be able to spread a little bit more joy about bananas. But I think, honestly, this little experiment of mine didn't go how I planned. It wasn't too fruitful. Delicious. That's good. That's real good. Well, potassium people, that's it. I'll talk to you all next time. Bye bye. Bye bye. See you later. Bye.